Good day, everyone. Come on in, come on in. Hopefully, I have some people on today that will actually interact, but if not, I'm going to go at it alone and just give my opinions on these things. So, first thing is this Coldplay situation. Apparently, there was a CEO and his not wife at a Coldplay concert a few weeks ago, and this whole thing has just blown up way beyond something I'm sure that they ever expected. I'm sure that they didn't even expect to be seen there. I was gonna do a whole separate video on this, but I'm not even gonna take the time to do all that. I'm just gonna speak about it a little bit here. This situation is very unfortunate all around, and I feel bad for the wife. And I'm going to say that, just with the presumption that they have a monogamous relationship, because they may have an open polygamous relationship and it just got seen in the public and now is something else, because you never know. People have all types of relationships nowadays, so you just never know. But for this to be put out in the public like that, and they have young children, and if it's not a polygamous relationship, then I feel bad for the wife, to be embarrassed like this. Now, as for the parties involved, it's something else, because I don't know if the young lady is married, but he is married. The CEO of this aerospace company, he is married. So with that being said, that should be enough. But people do what they're going to do. And from my understanding, they weren't the only two people from this company at this concert. So there was another employee or two or three there at this concert with them. So they knew that these people were having an affair. They knew that they weren't married to each other, and they knew that at least one of these people was married. So they get caught on the Jumbotron at the Coldplay concert, and all hell breaks loose. And even the lead singer of Coldplay, he says either these two are extremely shy or they're having an affair. And it was the latter. They were actually having an affair. And they hid their faces and ducked down and all of these different things. And eventually the CEO was fired. I don't know if she was fired, the head of HR, but he was fired. And again, it's just a sad situation all around. And you can see one of the employees actually standing next to them, and she has a wedding ring on. So for her to stand there and be with these people, knowing that at least one of them is married to someone else, she's almost condoning this. And that part is really sad, because even she had a wedding ring on. And I know that she wouldn't appreciate something like this. But anyway, that's my spiel about that whole CEO Coldplay concert situation. It's just sad. And I even saw a story where he kind of sort of apologized, but he also said that he didn't give his permission to be on the Jumbotron and things of that nature. But that was some half-hearted apology. But then it came out later that it was fake, it was made up, and it wasn't a real apology that came from him. So who knows? I don't know the truth about it, but I do know that there's a wife affected, there's a child involved, and this whole situation turned into something I'm sure neither one of them expected, like I said. Hi, Amanda. How are you today? Hello. Let me see. Shrinivas. I think I got that right. How are you? I'm doing good. Thank you. Um, so something else I wanted to talk about was I passed the North Carolina contractors exam. So I took that test about 5 times and I finally got it. So that's going to allow our company to, do some greater things. So with that being said, I am going to be doing a video on that, because when I was actually looking for videos about the North Carolina concrete contractors exam, I found very little about it. So I'm going to make one, and hopefully it's helpful to someone else that's looking for that information. So I'm going to go from the start, which is registering with the North Carolina Contracting Board, all the way to the end to me actually passing the test. I also see that there has been a 50 and over challenge. And it's amazing to see how wonderful people look over the age of 50. And this is a women's challenge. However, it's also a little scary as well to see how some people look over the age of 50. And I do understand that some people have had a very hard life, different circumstances, being exposed to different things in the environment and things of that nature. But what I've been seeing has been a very, very stark difference. And I'm not going to go into all the details of that, but I'm just going to urge you all to take care of yourself, because time will tell on you. If you're young, you think you have all the time in the world, but before you know it, you're going to be 50 years old. And you have to take care of yourself in the process. Don't let anyone or anything stress you out. Drink your water, take your vitamins, make sure you're getting what you need out of the foods so you don't have to take as many vitamins. And just don't do things that are going to cause harm and aging to your body, like smoking and drinking and just, hard partying and just putting yourself into different situations that are going to bog you down and stress you out, because stress is a major factor in aging you. And that's a fact. Okay, so just as much as what you eat and put into your body, what you put into your psyche, into your mind as well, into your heart, will also affect that as well. So another thing I wanted to talk about is this Trump Epstein situation. This is scary. I don't know if this is scary to anyone else, but Donald Trump is the leader of our country. And it is scary to even think that he had any involvement with that, which, he's on video, so he knew this man in some capacity. But I'm not even going into all of that, because it's not even worth, any type of problems that can come behind, getting too far into that. But it's scary. This man is the leader of our country, like I said, and you have other countries looking at us and what we're doing and what we're actually allowing, because this is supposed to be a democracy. So at some point, we're allowing it. And I know that a lot of people in power, they just do whatever they want and they get away with a lot of things. But this one is out in the open now, and it's like, okay, we just gonna let it fly, because we've been letting a lot of other things fly, and it's just a little unreal. It just goes to show you that everything we thought we knew isn't true. Everything we thought should be is not the case. How you think things should run and are ran is not actually the way things are and how they are ran. Things behind the scene are very chaotic. They're crazy. A lot of illegal things are going on. A lot of immoral things are going on. And getting back to 2024, when Cat Williams said a lot of things were going to start coming out of the bag, they started coming out of the bag in 2024. So he was right, and they're still coming out of the bag. And it's not going to stop coming out of the bag, because you can't stop this flow. Once that water and that dam is open and that water starts rushing in and flooding in air, that's what I feel we're going through now, is a purification process. So that's about it. That's my spiel for today. So if you're coming in after the fact, I apologize for not having my face on the live today, but just go ahead and add your comments, questions, concerns to anything I've spoken about. And hey, Julian, you have anything you want to add about the topics today? My topics were the Coldplay cheating scandal, the North Carolina concrete exam, and the 50 and over challenge, and the Donald Trump and Epstein situation that's going on. So if you guys don't have any comments for me, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. And I thank you again for your time, for joining in as well. Going once, going twice. All right. You all be blessed.